Hello friends, myself Rajendra Mahajan presenting my video on Gauss Seidel method. This is my third example on Gauss Seidel method. Example solved by Gauss Seidel method. Simultaneous equations are 7x plus 2y plus 4z is equals to 16, first equation. Second equation 2x plus y plus 7z is equals to 10. Third equation 2x plus 3y plus z is equals to 2. Therefore, whenever we have to apply Gauss Seidel method, the first step is to check the condition of convergence. For the first equation, that condition is satisfied. 7 is greater than sum of the absolute values of remaining, that is 2 plus 4. 7 is greater than that 6. Second, 1 is not greater than 2 plus 7, and in third 1 is not greater than 2 plus 3. Therefore, we have to interchange equation second and third to satisfy that condition of convergence. Therefore, this is the first step always we have to perform, check whether the condition is satisfied or not. Here it is not satisfied, and therefore interchanging second and third equation means first remains as it is, no change. 7x plus 2y plus 4z is equals to 16. We call that as equation number 1. Then second is 2x plus 3y plus 5z is equals to 2. Third becomes second, and second becomes third, that is 2x plus y plus 7z is equals to 10. Therefore, these are equation number 1, 2, 3. Then next step is we have to solve the equation for the diagonal element, means first for first diagonal element, second for second diagonal element, and third for third diagonal element. Therefore, solving first for x, we get x is equal to 1 by 7 multiplied by 16 minus 2y minus 4z, 16 minus 2y minus 4z divided by 7. We call that as equation A. Second is solved for y. Therefore, y is equal to 1 by 3 times 2 minus 2x minus z, equation B. And last is solved for z. 1 by 7, 10 minus 2x minus y. Then Gauss Seidel method as an iterative method. These three equations are used repeatedly till we get the required solution. The iteration number first, put y and z as 0 in equation A to get the first approximation value for x1 for x, and therefore it is 1 by 7 times 16 minus 0 minus 0, that is 16 by 7. We get that value as 2.286. Then put it in y along with z is equals to 0. We get 1 by 3 times 2 minus 2 times 2.286 minus 0, and calculate by calculator, correct to 3 decimal places, we get that value as minus 0.857. Then substituting this x1 and y1 in z, means equation C, we get that value of z as 0.898. We go for second iteration. We find out new approximation for x, that is x2. Again, using equation A, we get 1 by 7, 16 minus times, and always put the latest values of the variable. Therefore, the latest value of 0.857 and minus 4z 0.898 into 4, and by calculator we get that value as 2.017. Then y2, using equation B, we get it is 1 by 3 times 2 minus 2 times x is 2.017, and minus z is 0.898, and if you simplify it, we get that value as minus 0.977. Z2 is equals to, we get 0.992. Then we make a table like this. First column for iteration, second for x, third for y, and last for z. And then we substitute the first three iteration values in that table. For first iteration we have x as, yes, from the calculation we get the value of x as 2.286, then y as minus 0.857, and the value of z as 0.898. This is the first iteration value. Then for second iteration we have 2.017, third second as 0.977, and the third 0.992. Then for third iteration we perform again using the same three equation. X3 is equals to, we get 1 by 7 times 16 minus 2 times y, the value of latest y is therefore 1 by 7, 16 minus 2 times minus 0.977 and minus 4 times z, and therefore latest value of z is 0.992, and then using calculator we get that value as, cross check all the calculation by yourself also, though I have performed here with the help of calculator. Confirm it. It is value that whatever the time I am taking due to that calculation I have performed on the calculator, and after getting that I have written here. That's why you will find some time between the two lines. We get that value of x3 as 1.998. Therefore I will substitute here in that column of x 1.998. Then using b we find y3 as 1 by 3 times 2 minus 2 times x, x is 1.998, and minus latest z, latest z is 0.992 minus 0.992, and by calculator we get that sum as minus 0.996. Therefore this is y3 0.996. Then z3 using equation C we get again 1 by 7, 10 minus, it is 2 times x, x is 1.998, and minus of z, and the value of z is minus 0.996, and simplifying it we get that value as 1.00. Therefore write down in that column of z 1.00. Then step number 4th and 5th I have written the value first, and then I will show the calculation. Therefore using calculator from equation A we get that next value as 1.999. Then y4 as from equation B we get all that calculation I have written after getting the values. Therefore we get that y4 as minus 0.0999, and value of z as 1.00. This is for 4th iteration. And then for 5th iteration, value of x 5 using equation A we get the value of x for 5th iteration as 2.00, value of y as minus 1.00, minus 1.00, and the value of z remains the same, that is 1.00. And if you see the difference between fourth and fifth iteration, successive values of x, successive values of y, and successive values of z. A very small, that is 0.001 difference, and therefore we can stop here the iterative procedure, and therefore the final solution is x is equals to 2, y is equals to -1, and z is equals to 1. And the calculation whatever I have performed, I have written here in step number 4th and 5th. Therefore, cross check it by performing yourself on calculator. Therefore, x4 as 1 by 7, 16 minus 2 times minus 0.996 minus 4 times 1.00, value is coming as 1.999. Then y4 1 by 3 times 2 minus 2 times x is 1.999, and minus z is 1.00, latest value of z. We get minus 0.999, and z4 from equation C as 1 by 7, 10 minus 2 times x is 1.999, and minus y is minus 0.999, and by calculator we get that value as 1.00. Next we go for fifth iteration, x5, y5 and z5. Therefore, check this step carefully. 1 by 7, 16 minus 2 times y is minus 0.999, and minus 4 times z, 1.00 into 4. We get that value as 2.00. Then y5 as 1 by 3 times 2 minus 2 times x is 2, and minus z is 1, and by calculator we get that value as minus 1.00. And lastly, z5 as 1 by 7, 10 times, so 1 by 7 in bracket 10 minus 1 by 7, 10 minus 2 times 2, and minus of minus 1.0, we get that value as plus 1. And therefore, as I have explained, as the two successive values of x, y, z, very small difference, we stop the iterative procedure, and therefore the solution is x is equals to 2, y is equals to minus 1, and z is equals to 1. Please check each and every step very carefully. If you get, then only go for the next step. Cross check. Substitute this in the first equation. Equation is 7 into x is 2, plus 2y, 2 into minus 1, minus 2, and plus 4z is equals to 16. And therefore, when we substitute, we get 7 to the 14, minus 2, and plus 4. 16 is equals to 16. And therefore, as equation is satisfied, whatever the values we have is a correct one. Please like my video, share it, as well as subscribe to my channel, and to receive the notification, please press the bell icon. Thank you. Thanks for watching.